In the last hour, rapper Mystikal will not be allowed out of jail after being arrested over the weekend. He was booked on rape, domestic abuse, and drug charges.
Well, Michael, it took the judge about 30 minutes to come to that decision of not having a bond for Mystikal and keeping him in jail. He says the reasons behind that decision are because of his lengthy criminal history and the fact that the victim in this case said she felt like he would do it again.
What's good, fam? This week in hip-hop has been wild. From surprise diss tracks to underground shootings and the kind of drama that even TMZ would envy. But today, we're digging into one of the most chilling stories yet. Mystikal, the voice that rocked Billboard with Shake Ya Ass, at the center of breaking legal bombshells and heavy accusations. 6 years in prison, shocking new charges in 2022, and a comeback with angle cuts so sharp they still cut deep. Stay tuned, because this one's dark, twisted, and far from over. Before the platinum plaques, before the primetime performances, there was Michael Lawrence Tyler, born and raised in uptown New Orleans, right in the heart of one of the South's rawest music hubs. He served 6 years in the U.S. Army as a combat engineer. But when he came back, it wasn't war stories he brought with him. It was bars, vicious, animated, soul-scorching bars. His earliest work on Big Boy Records, tracks like Not That Nigga and Mind a Mystikal, showcase something rare in Southern hip-hop, a voice like a grenade, a flow like a preacher possessed, and a cadence that hit like a machine gun on a bounce beat. By the time Here I Go started bubbling through the streets, Master P took notice. Mystikal joined No Limit Records, a powerhouse during the rise of Southern rap in the late 90s. Then came 2000. Mystikal drops Shake Ya Ass, produced by the Neptunes, and the game tilted. It peaked at number 13 on Billboard, but the cultural impact? Off the charts. Shake your ass, but watch yourself.
It will drop the rape and kidnapping charges against Michael Lawrence Tyler, the rapper known as Mystikal. Tonight we hear for the first time from one of his attorneys since he's been cleared of the charges.
I am thankful that there was irrefutable evidence of innocence in this case. Lots of people aren't so lucky.
Rape and second-degree kidnapping stemming from an alleged incident in 2016. Additional evidence and information were discovered, and the case was resubmitted to a second grand jury. Defense attorney Verity Gentry says surveillance video and toxicology testing of an alleged date rape drug led to the charges being dismissed.
Then came Danger Been So Long with Nivea, a Grammy-nominated smash that tore up clubs and proved he wasn't just loud, he was a star. Mystikal was on fire, No Limit's crown jewel, a wild-eyed mix of James Brown's energy, Busta Rhymes' animation, and Enola Street Preacher's grit. But with fame rising fast, came shadows even faster. Behind the lights, behind the chains, trouble was catching up. Just 2 years after the chart-topping success, Mystikal's world unraveled. In July 2002, shocking allegations hit. He was arrested for aggravated rape and extortion, accused of sexually assaulting his former hairstylist, along with 2 men, after allegedly discovering she had stolen from his bank account.
No bond for rapper Mystikal, whose latest criminal charges include rape and false imprisonment.
Extremely disappointed that the judge decided that he needed to hold Mr. Tyler without bond.
Roy Mon has represented Mystikal, whose real name is Michael Tyler, for 2 decades. Mon also defended him in a 2002 rape case in which he pleaded guilty and served 6 years.
We felt that given the long-standing relationship between Mr. Tyler and the victim in the case, and the fact that that they have a son together, and for 22 years there's never been any suggestion of domestic violence between them.
During the hearing, the Shake It Fast singer was shaking his head throughout a detective's testimony, particularly when he described the alleged rape. According to the victim's statement, Tyler became violent suddenly and irrationally during what had been an amicable meeting.
She said that he seemed fine when they were initially talking. At some point he stepped away, maybe to the restroom. He came back a completely different person.
Several different kinds of drugs were found at his residence, but there's no proof that he had taken any.
I'm not aware of any mental problems that Mike is dealing with. It sounds to me like they had a disagreement for sure. Yeah. Whether it was related to substance use or otherwise, I have no idea.
Mr. Mon says it's too early to talk about how Mystikal might plead in this case, but there is a grand jury coming next week, according to the DA, and we'll find out if he is indicted on those charges.
According to court filings, they forced the woman to perform sexual acts and filmed it. That recording became central to the prosecution's case. Public reaction was immediate. Fans were stunned. Peers went quiet. In June 2003, Mystikal accepted a plea deal, admitting guilt to sexual battery and extortion. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison. From Grammy-nominated rapper to inmate number 513-144, a steep fall and one of the most dramatic collapses in Southern rap history. As Mystikal disappeared behind bars, so did his presence in hip-hop. Radio stopped playing him.
TV stopped showing him. No Limit moved on. But prison wasn't the end of his story. It was just the beginning of something even darker.
Looked into the Ascension Parish Jail after deputies responded to a call about a sexual assault case. 51-year-old Michael Tyler, also known as Mystikal, was arrested on multiple charges, including first-degree rape and domestic abuse battery. Detectives interviewed a victim at a hospital who sustained injuries. The investigation led to Tyler being identified as a suspect. This is not the first time Tyler has faced charges regarding sexual misconduct. In 2003, the rapper pleaded guilty to sexual battery and spent time in prison. All persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Danger, a rapper known for his bars, is behind bars this morning. Ascension Parish deputies arrested Michael Tyler, also known as Mystikal. He's facing several charges, including first-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery, and false imprisonment. He could be arraigned in court later today.
In 2010, Mystikal walked free. No cameras, no album rollout. Just a man looking for redemption. The game had changed. Trap was dominant. YouTube ruled. But Mystikal had something no one else had. A voice the streets hadn't heard in years. And something to prove. He returned to the studio, signed with Cash Money Records, linked up with Birdman and Wayne. His 2012 single, Original, marked his re-entry. Raw, loud, unapologetic. There were talks of a new album, interviews, club shows, momentum building. But then, it cracked again. In 2012, Mystikal was arrested again.
New details at noon. New Orleans-born rapper Michael Tyler, who goes by the name Mystikal, is charged with first-degree rape and false imprisonment. The charges were filed in Ascension Parish near Baton Rouge. It all stems from an incident that happened Saturday. This is file video of him leaving court from a previous case. We don't know much else regarding these charges right now. At this time, no bond has been posted for the rapper's latest arrest, but we'll have updates at 4-5.
This time for violating probation after a domestic incident. He served 90 days in jail, and just like that, Cash Money slowed down the rollout. The buzz faded. Then came 2016, a new allegation. This time, rape and kidnapping charges related to an incident at a Louisiana casino. Mystikal turned himself in, held on a $3 million bond. Spent 18 months in jail awaiting trial. His lawyer said DNA evidence would clear his name. In 2020, the charges were dropped. The grand jury declined to indict, but by then, the damage was done. Another arrest, another case, another hit to his name. Then came 2022, and things got worse, much worse. Mystikal was arrested again. This time, first-degree rape, domestic battery, strangulation, false imprisonment, drug possession, robbery. The alleged incident involved a woman he knew. She told police he physically and sexually assaulted her and took her phone and keys, so she couldn't leave. No bail was granted. Mystikal remained in custody.
Nice meeting you too. Michael, Adam, Baby bro. That's my girlfriend.
This time, no public support, no rallying fan base, no comeback plan. The industry didn't wait for a verdict. He was canceled, instantly. Because by now, it wasn't about isolated incidents. It was about a pattern, a reputation, and a breaking point. He pled not guilty, but remains behind bars as the case moves forward. So what happens when the music fades and the man behind it faces a lifetime of accusations. Mystikal was once one of the most explosive voices in the game. Unique, unmatched, undeniable. But legacy, that's not built on beats and bars. It's built on behavior. The charts may remember the songs, but the courts remember everything else. Some fans still hope for redemption. Others believe his story should end here. Because now, the question isn't whether he'll come back. It's whether he deserves to.
Is his soul would we sharing with destructions of oys, to strangulation for one traitor, strangulation from bound
to Neek the best piece. What do you think? Is Mystikal misunderstood? Or is this a legacy forever tainted? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like if you want more deep dives. And don't forget to subscribe to Squabble Spot for more dark tales, hip-hop scandals, and stories the mainstream won't touch. Thanks for watching. Next week, we dive into more hip-hop shockers. Until then, stay woke, stay informed, and stay creative. Peace.